Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video will guide you on how to fulfill and ship your order that has been placed to a customer in order for them to accept the order and confirm receipt for you to get paid by Halal Mart. Watch closely. In this video, I will be playing a role of a customer and a vendor at the same time. A customer has just placed an order for an item. Now I'm logging in as a customer to see the order I placed and to know the status of my order. Right, I'll log in as a customer. All right, here is the login page or the login dashboard for the customer, and I check on my order to see the status of my order. I can see that I have one order with the order number 3244 on this date, and it's currently processing. That's the status of the order. If I want to see the details of this order or what the items I did, it's just to click on the number of the order, and I will see the full details of that very order. It was a manual bean blender I ordered for at this amount, and the shipment tracking is not available because the vendor or the seller has not yet fulfilled the order and posted a tracking number for me to be able to track and to receive the order. And this is the name of the store, the person I bought the product from, and the shipping details was a regular shipping option I chose, which was free by the seller, and these are the shipping addresses. So right now the order is currently under processing. Now let's go to the back end of the dashboard as a vendor to process this order for the owner to receive the product. Right, here we are on the dashboard. Now I have logged in as a vendor who received the order from the buyer, and you will see a notification here. If you're accessing this portal with your mobile phone, you should have this appearance like this. All these icons from the left pane will collapse here, showing you only the icons and not the names with them. So when you see this means settings. This means to log out. These are your followers, these are your products if you want to access the product, and these are your orders. This is a symbol of an order, and this is media, all your photos or your image of your products, whatever you have as images on this platform. So we want to see the status of the order. The status is currently processing, and we see that we have one product awaiting fulfillment. So if people have placed order on your store, you will see the number of orders that has been placed here, the numbers that is ready waiting for fulfillment, or the ones that you've already fulfilled. And also this is a very simple display of the summary of what performance your store is doing for a particular month. Currently it is set to 0 because we have not actually fulfilled a pending order. It is only when an order has been fulfilled that the figures appear here, without which you cannot have any figure here because you have actually not fulfilled an order. So we have one order for this month, and it's awaiting to be fulfilled, as we see here. And so this is how it looks basically on a mobile device such as the iPad, the tablet, and the mobile phones. So if we switch over to the laptop view or the computer view, it looks like this. You see all those icons that will collapse on the bottom here when you use a mobile device. They all appear here with their names on it. So you would click on these notifications. Always take note of your notifications, and always take note of the announcements. The announcement is always from the admin telling you maybe there's an update, or maybe there's something that you need to attend to or that you need to know. So always make sure you pay attention to these informations. This one here is when a customer actually sent you a message, private message, or make an inquiry concerning an item. You will always see those messages here. While this is a general notification from the store, if you have any activities that was recently posted on your store, maybe an order was placed, or maybe an admin has approved your product, or things like that. So we're going to click on this notifications to see what notifications we have here. Again, I'll switch to the mobile view after this. If you're using a laptop, this is exactly what you will see. And we have all these notifications. And recently, on this 4th of November, which is today, or yesterday, a few minutes ago, we have an order that is updated to processing by default. Whenever a customer places an order on your store, automatically by default, it goes into processing. Now this is waiting for you to fulfill the order. So if you're using a mobile device, you'll see this thing display like this. But because majority of vendors are working with their mobile phone, so I'll be using a mobile phone display or the mobile display so they can also understand, because this information here are without labels, only on the computer screen that you can see the labels. So the most important thing is the order number. Now let's click on the order number, which you can also find at the bottom, which you can also find from this icon represents orders. When you click here, it's going to take you to the list of orders that you have pending or that you've already fulfilled, right? So we click on that order, so you can see there's one order here from the name. This is the name of the buyer and the amount the person bought this. The unpaid you see here doesn't mean that the customer did not pay. The customer has paid for the order, but you see this unpaid because you have not been paid by Halal Mart. That is the meaning of the unpaid. Unpaid means Halal Mart has not paid you or has not released this money to you because you have not fulfilled the order. So in order for you to get this paid, you need to fulfill an order for Halal Mart to release the payment. So the fulfillment method is click on the order number. This will likely take you to a new page or a new window. Now the order is currently set to processing. Now for us to fulfill this order, we must always take note of the shipping details. This is where the buyer wants you to ship their item. So this is the first thing you take note. You can write this down or print it out if you have a printer connected, and then you take hold of this order that was placed, and that is the item, a manual blender. If you're using a laptop computer, you should be able to see a full view of this like this. Click on order. Alright, it's still pending processing. Let's make this to be on a wider view if we are using a laptop. Okay, if you're using a laptop system, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, it's going to look like this. You're going to see a complete detail of the shipping address and the billing address and the gross sales and the earning. Now the earning here is unpaid. Like I said earlier, you have not been paid your earnings because you're yet to fulfill this order. So fulfilling this order, you click on the order number. And now, before you click on this, before you come here to change the status of the order to shipped, because you can, whatever information you choose here and click on the update button, automatically and immediately the buyer gets an update on their store, on their dashboard. They will receive a mail telling them their order has been updated to either on hold or to complete or to shipped. Okay, so when the order is shipped, you click on shipped and you click on update. But before you do this, you need to take the item, which is this manual blender. I'll take this item to the shipping company or to the courier service company that I intend to use for the shipping, which will be in accordance with what the buyer paid for. If the buyer had paid for a first class, then I'll take it to courier service for first class shipping. If the order had paid, if the customer has paid for the transport company or the local pickup, then I'll do accordingly. But whatever the case is, when you take the item to the courier service and you go with this address that they should ship this item to this address, make sure you register the item. the item must be registered for you to get a tracking number. And once you've been given a tracking number and the URL of that tracking number, you will always be given the URL. If they give you the tracking number, ask them the URL in case they forgot to give you the URL. But in some of the local courier services, they do not have the URL for tracking. They only have the tracking number, which they use internally. But you should request for the URL in any ways. Okay, so when you've got the tracking number and the URL, you need to come back to your dashboard and update the order status to what? To shipped, and then click on update. Let's wait for that to process. Let's check on the network service and be sure that everything is fine. All right, we actually cannot change the order status from here. It is the admin who would do that. You need to scroll down to the shipment tracking and click on this little icon here, which represents mark shipped. Okay, when you've done that from the admin end, this will automatically become shipped. So when you have gotten those order information from the courier company, the tracking details, come back here and click on this item, and when you do that, you will be asked to enter the tracking code, which is the tracking number I talked about. For this purpose, let's just make up a number, assuming the numbers are these numbers. All right, and then the tracking URL. In situations where the courier services do not have a tracking URL, you can just go ahead and put halalmart.com, or you can use the courier service URL if they have a website. For example, if it is FedEx, you can say fedex.com. If it is NIPOS, you can say NIPOS, but NIPOS does have a tracking number, a tracking URL. ABC Transport does have that too, and some of the transport companies, they have tracking codes and URL. So it is good for you to use a courier service that's got working tracking codes and tracking URL. So for the purpose of this video, we just use these figures and these halalmart.com.ng as a URL, and you click on the submit button. All right, details successfully updated. Okay, you allow the page to load for a while, and you can see now the order has been changed to shipped, and the buyer has received a message that the order has been updated, maybe to shipping or to completed, but the customer needs to log in to see what update has been posted on that very item that was ordered. Okay, you see that it has been changed to shipped items. So the next thing is for you to hold on for the buyer to go ahead and confirm their order. If you're using your laptop and you want to view this on the laptop on the bigger screen, let's see how it could look like. Go back to the order page. Okay, if you're doing this with a laptop, you would see this icon right here, but it's no longer here because we have shipped the item, so it's come to this very part of it here. So if we go back to the order details using our laptop screen or computer screen to see the display, and we have this order status is now shipped. We actually cannot do any changes here until we only have to do complete, but this we done from the admin end. Sometimes it can also be done by you too. And now you have this order notes, the tracking code and the URL for this tracking. Now let's see what happens to You can also give a note to the buyer. You can say, please log into your dashboard and confirm delivery once you get the item. Okay, you can say, hello friend, thank you for placing, or thank you for the order. Oh, let's just say, my friend, this has to inform you that your order has been shipped. Right, please log into your dashboard and confirm delivery once you get the item. Now you set these to notes to customer and you click on add. So the customer will get this information on the dashboard in your email. So let's go over to the customer section of the dashboard and see what information is displayed. So I'll go back to my dashboard as a customer. I would have received an email by now telling me that I've got some information. Now this is let's go to my customer email and check for new messages. Where are you? Okay, there we are. We have one message here already telling us that a note has been added to your order, and these are the following notes. The following notes been added, which is the tracking code. Okay, I have received the tracking code as a customer. I've also received the tracking URL. I should also have a note that has been sent concerning this order. Well, the customers will always have an email notification, and then when they log onto their dashboard, they can always see. Let's go back to the order. Remember, this was not shipped at the time, but let's see what happens now that the item has been shipped. Oops, looks like I'm logged into the wrong address. So let's log back into our customer login details. Okay, login as push A7. Okay, I will just remember me. Let's log into our dashboard and see what the seller has updated the order to. All right, there we are. So we go to order, and we click on the order number to see the status. Okay, there we are. Now you can see the information. Now this is the information the seller gives to the order. Say, hello friend, this is to inform you that your order has been shipped. Please log into your dashboard to confirm delivery once the item has been received or once you get the item. And now this is the tracking number and the URL, which is the same thing here. So all I need to do as the customer is wait for the delivery of the item. Once I get the delivery of the item and I verify that the item is exactly what I paid for, is intact, is as it's described as, or the items as it was described, then I can go ahead and click mark as received. All right, now the order has been marked as received. Okay, let's see what happens next. I have confirmed that I have received the order, and the buyer or the seller, let's refresh. All right, once I go here and check my notifications, and see what information I've got concerning the order. Just right now, customer marked bean manual bean blender, which is the name of the order, as received. So I will click this, mark as read. So when I have seen that the order has been marked as you know has been marked received, so I'll go back to the order page and choose this as complete. Now it is only when I have selected this as complete will the admin will now credit my account. So let's go to the dashboard and see the status of our payments. Now you can see gross payments, earnings for the month, and items sold for the month, and all that. So this is how we go ahead to fulfill orders. So you can see this one product waiting. This is going to be, it's ought to be updated. Actually, there are no products waiting fulfillment, so we'll fulfill all. Let's just check this and be sure that we don't have any pending product. All right, we're still unpaid yet. We've received the earning, so we will try to wait for the admin to credit our account with this money that's been unpaid. So when we fulfill all righteousness, and we just wait. So the next thing is, when you have a threshold above 1,000 naira in your account, you can always withdraw. So when you want to withdraw your money, you go down to payments. Halal Mart has a policy that if your money is not above 1,000 naira, you will not be able to withdraw that money. So for you to withdraw any amount of money, you will have to make sure you have above 1,000 naira. Now payments here, this will be displaying the transactions that's been taking place in your account so far within you and the admins of Halal Mart. So if you want to withdraw, after you click on the payments, you click right here on the withdrawal. Let's see how that looks like on the mobile device. Okay, on the mobile device you will see this after you click on withdrawal, which is this payment is one of this one here. Okay, yeah, this is the payment. So you click on this item, or this icon rather, and then you click on this withdrawal symbol. And now we have this withdrawal disabled due to low account balance. Now threshold for withdrawal is 1,000 naira and we have 900, so we are able to withdraw our money for now until we make more sales to hit up to 1,000 naira. Reason is being because after deduction of your commission, if you're entitled for commissioning, or if you're not entitled for commissioning, then we still have to, there will be a deduction of 55 nairas from your account. So if this money is less than 1,000, for example 900, and all those deductions are being made from this account, it will be a very minute thing for you to receive. So that's the reason of the threshold of 1,000 naira. So you have to make more sales. When you make more sales, for example you make another 200 naira sales, you'll have a total of 1,100. Then you'll be able to withdraw everything at the same time. There's no limit to withdrawal, but you must have a threshold of about 1,000 above before you can proceed for withdrawal. If you had more than 1,000 naira here, you will see a button that you click for withdrawal, and then the admins will actually process that and fund your account. So that's that about fulfillment and withdrawing from your dashboard. Any other questions you need to know about, just send an email to support@halalmart.com.ng. Thank you for watching.